And then the next thing is to let you see the raw materials you have to use in this class. You get your raw granite, that is the, I usually prefer the red backed shaped granite, the red backed granite. Of course, you know there are different species of granite, but this goes first for me. And then this is your egg, of course, your breakable eggs. I'm sure you can have a good sight. These are your eggs. Yes, these are your eggs. So then this is your flour. Your flour, this is your flour, this is your flour, sorry. This is your flour for the peanuts. Now you can have a good sight of it. This is your flour. And of course, this is your sugar. Can you see your sugar? This is your sugar. Yeah. Then this is your salt. Just a little quantity of salt will do. Yeah. A little quantity of salt will do with what you want to do. Then this is your your baking, your baking powder. Another good side. You can get the one you want. Yes. Then this is your measuring thing. This is your measuring thing. And then this is a container to mix the proportions of the egg, of the sugar, of the salt together. Yes. So, and of course, this is also your vegetable oil. You may choose to use any brand or any product of vegetable oil that you want. So, alright. Oh, you need not wait for me. I hope your hands are clean already. So, get your water and your basin and wash your hand. Make sure your hands are properly clean, and then you wipe it off with a clean handkerchief so that you don't get to transmit any germ to. I need a little quantity of water to wash my head so that they can be clean hand. You free from all the dirt that came with it from the poultry. So I'm going to go with 5 breakable eggs. This is the first one I'm washing it then. I'm going to use an iron spoon, to break it out into a mixing bowl. So this is the first one. You keep your shells aside, right? And I'm rinsing the second one. Then I break it. I put it aside. So this is the third egg. I break it. Sorry, you can't properly see that, but there is no gimmick to that. I'm just breaking the eggs after rinsing it and putting it in here. This is the fourth egg. I put the shell aside. Of course. This is quite dirty, so I'm trying to wash it properly. So this is the fifth egg. Sometimes you may need to go for 6 eggs depending on the proportion of what you want and how big you want your peanuts to be. Alright. So that is made for the dustbin. Can you see the egg? Yeah. So there are 5 eggs in here. So I'm gonna whisk them together. This is the whisking part. The whisking part. Can you see that the viscosity is reducing? It's not as thick as it was by the time I first put it in. So you whisk it well, whisk it well, whisk it well. Don't get tired. Whisk it properly. This is quite okay. Then you need salt. My salt. Can you see? You really don't need so much. You just need to go for a little quantity. so that you can have a perfect taste of your sugar and your salt together. You need to add just a little more. Aside, when you whisk it again, now it's no longer going to be thick. It's going to be watery. You've lost its viscosity. Can you see it? You still whisk well. Whisk girl. Whisk it. So you're whisking this properly. So until it is well mixed. Then you go for your sugar. I have a tin here, a container for me to measure my sugar. This is my sugar, as you can see. So that is just a bit of the egg that fell into it. So you have to be careful when you do this. Yeah. Now I can still use the same spoon I used for my sugar for the salt. I used for the salt for the sugar, right? Because I was having the same purpose and putting into the same thing. Just make sure it's clean. Then see the measure of my sugar. It's not up to a cup. Can you see? It's not up to a cup. But depending on how you want the taste to be, you can either reduce it or increase it. But for me, this is what I prefer to use. Yeah, this is perfect. So you turn it in here. Did you see? Yeah, this is good. So then you whisk it properly. You mix it properly. Of course, now it's more or less liquid. Yes. Can you see? So let me do a proper mix now. Can you see? Now it's totally watery. Yes. So I added the salt first before I added the sugar. I hope you noticed that. When you have this, the next thing is to go for your granite. Before now, you should have picked your granite. You should have sorted out the stones. You should have sorted out the bad ones. You should have sorted out everything that is meant to be sorted away, just to have a dust-free and a clean granite. And a clean granite. Yeah. Alright, we go from here. This is a clean bowl for the mixing of your peanut, right? Right. Then the next thing is to measure in the numbers of, to measure in your granite. So I'm going to use 4 tins of granite. That is the tin lid. So I'm going to use 4. Just 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, that. So this is the granite. So here we go. You see? 1, and 4. To me, this is just like a basic measurement. With this, you can calculate any measurement and any measurement of granite or flour you want to use for your peanut too. This is my flour. Can you see? Yeah. So I'm going to add in the baking powder. Some people don't add baking powder to their peanut, but I tell you the best thing is to add baking powder to it. If you want to try it, don't add baking powder, and then you add the taste, the shape, the feeling in its mouth is different. Yeah. So add your baking powder. Now I'm going to have a different spoon because it is baking powder. So can you see the quantity I'm adding? That's one. And I'm adding another of that same quantity. Can you see it? See it? That's a little bit, okay? Mix it with your hand. You mix it well. The quantity of this flour is about 12 tin milk. Yes, but of course you don't need up to 12 tin milk for that quantity of granite. But just for us to have a bigger quantity, that is why I have this here. At the end of the day, for this quantity, you may end up using like 5 cups or 4 cups, but you should use nothing less than 4 cups. And that works accurately with the quantity of eggs that were broke inside that mixing cup. Are you done with your mixing? Alright, let's go. Okay. Can you see the egg that we missed the other time? Then you really can you see? Really sometimes I do like this so that the flour doesn't settle under. Do you understand? Yes. So then I had a little flour once again. Can you see? Just a little. Can you see? Then you mix. And basically, this is what you do till the nut is properly rounded, until you exhaust your sugar and the mixture of the egg and the sugar and the salt. Yes. So they are not getting mixed. Did you see I mixed this again? Then I put it in a circular motion. Just in a circular motion. That works accurately with the quantity of eggs that were broke inside that mixing cup. Are you done with your mixing? Alright, let's go. Okay. Can you see the egg that we missed the other time? Can you see my granite? The 4 cups? Yeah. And then of course the flour. These are the basic 3 ingredients we need right now. So let's go. I'm going to mix this well once again because the sugar must have settled down. So you're going to mix it well, mix it well. Can you see sometimes the sugar sticks to the tip of the spoon, but then keep mixing until everything is well mixed. And this happened because I had to measure the groundnut, so the sugar settled down. So I think we are good to go. Can you see? A little still on this one, but it's negligible. Yeah. And of course, as you put in the egg in the groundnut, you still keep mixing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take about a few spoons and sorry. Can you see? Just trying to sprinkle it in here. There are no gimmicks, just a little. That is enough for now. So I pop it in. I turn, I turn. Just turn, just at your ease, turn. Just turn it until all the granules are properly mixed, they are coated with the egg. Then you take a handful of your flour and then you sprinkle it in. Can you see? It's almost covering the bowl. Yeah. No stress. You turn it. Can you see? You turn it. Can you see? Then we go again. Maybe mix. Can you see the circular movement? Yes, then you turn. Can you see? You don't wait too long before you add your flour because it's going to be sticking together. Then you turn it. Do you see? So again, like okay, for example, this joined together, so I'm just going to use my hand to separate it one by one. So here we go again. No gimmicks. Just 1, 2, about 3 spoons. Did you see? Then sorry, your flour. I was a bit too fast. You sprinkle your flour in there. Then you this is 4 cups, so this is sticking together. I use my hand to separate it. If you feel this quantity is quite much for you, then you reduce the quantity of the granule and you follow the measurement. So it means if you're using half of this, you use half of your sugar, half of the salt, and half of the baking flour that I used, plus half of the egg quantity that you make. No gimmicks, as you can see. Amazing. Then you turn. A little flour. Amazing. This is sticking together. No gimmicks. You mix your egg. Again, mix the mixture. It's like 1, 2, 1, 3. It's a little more. Because now I'm progressing. So, can you see? Everything is covered with the moisture of the egg. You can see the color change. You can no longer see the flour. Action. I'm still going to. And I have some sticking to my bowl. You see? Just use your hand because there's flour there, so it's quite easy to remove. Turn it well. Alright. Here we go. And a little more in here. Remember, you keep mixing it before you hand. Okay. Quickly, you have your flour. Can you see? Can you see a shape coming out of it? Can you see it? Can you see the shape? Yeah. So we keep going, don't get tired. Yeah, don't you get tired. Add a little more. Listen. Then I will try mix it again. Listen. I mean to increase your tenacity of rolling it. Yeah. can see the shape. It's beautiful as ever. Yeah, almost exhausted now. Yeah. Just a little more with me. Yeah. See the shape already. It's coming out. It's stressful. Yeah. The head is running just a little more. Can you see? I'm not even one joins to each other. A little more. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just going to a little minute. Getting there, exactly. You see? This is joined. You're getting there. Are you excited already? Wow. Okay. A little more to go. A little more. So I'm just going to remain a little quantity just to. That's just before I turn it on the tray before frying. This will help to keep the peanut moist, so that when you fry it, the shape comes out bouncing. Yeah. No, you have to be careful with your flour because you don't have much hair doing it. To mix it. Put more flour. These three shapes already. Nice. Yeah. So from here we have to put it on the tray. Yeah. So let's get. Here we go. Have you gotten your tray? Okay. I'm just going to add the remaining bit of the egg. Then I put it on the tray. Something like this. It's not that much, so I wouldn't have to add anything again. This is just to keep the peanut moist. You see the shape already? Wow, what will you see? They are beautiful and awesome. And I pour it on the tray. We don't get stuck together, okay? And we do it by reducing the quantity so that to be easy for you to fry. So here. And we're going to separate it out more. But with this, putting it on the frying pan will be quite easier. But because it's moist and if the moist will help you give it a nice shape, it will separate easily on the fire. When you get to the fire, it will separate easily on the fire. You can see your shape already, so nothing is going to destroy the shape. Go ahead, light up your stove, your gas, whatever it is you want to use to fry this flawless peanuts and smooth shaped peanuts. Go ahead, put on the gas, the cooker, whatever it is, put your pot on heat, put your oil, let the oil get heated, then we'll go from there. Your oil is very hot because it's not meant to be too hot, but it's hot. So now I'm going to pour in the peanut into the vegetable oil. I'm just going to fry half of this. I'm frying it twice. And this really happened because the oil was too hot. You have to keep turning it. I need to the shape is flawless. Don't worry about the color, you're going to blend them all together. All you want right now is the shape. So you're getting the shape right. So you have to keep turning it. You have to keep swerving it around. And you have to keep trying to use the spoon to get it separated. Just the way you can see them going right in there. Yes. Can you see the shape? Yes. So you keep turning till you're ready to pack it, till you get the color that you want. That should be lightly brown. Of course, not burnt, but lightly brown. Make sure you use a pot that is oval so that you can easily turn it around and get a smooth shape. What I'm doing right in here also helps to keep the shape steady. Yes. Can you see? It's on it, so I'll almost pack it in. I will rather some. Can you see the driller beside it? Yeah. So this is okay. Then I begin to cook. To allow your oil to drain into the smooth shape. Beautiful, isn't that so? So right here, I'm just going to use my hand to try to separate it because they might have been stuck together. Can you see? It goes on fire. Can you see? Can you see what I'm doing right here? This is how you take to separate them. Sometimes they might want to get stuck together, but by the time you keep using your spoon to keep stirring and then separating it the way I'm doing, can you see? See if I'm shaking the peanut over and over again in the oil, then you have the ones that are joined together separated. Can you see that separating already? Yeah, that's the way it goes. Because predictably some of them will not totally be separated, but they should all be separated. As soon as you put it on fire, you begin to turn and turn. If you allow it to fry a little more, then you're not going to get separated except by force. And when you try to separate it by force, you tend to leave a mark on the peanut. Somebody might think, oh, something, maybe an rodent also head out of it. So just keep turning, keep swerving, keep doing what I'm doing right in your hand. You have your unbeatable, smooth, flawless shaped peanut. Yeah. Can you see? There are no gimmicks there. This is just real. So this is how you keep doing it till you get the perfect color, and then you can turn it. Can you see? course, you might leave it a little to fry, because you can remove your spoon. Yes, but make sure that intermittently you're turning it. So the quantity of oil I used is 75 cl, just one bottle to fry the 4 cups that I measured earlier. Can leave it a little to fry. The other thing you should try to do is to have a good quantity of oil so that it can fry properly, and one part will not be